we're back to the HTML file now, and we're just going to leave the CSS one for a moment, and we're going to work a bit on the HTML file and then make it look like something in the CSS later. I just wanted to show you how things would work, how the CSS would affect the HTML file. Now, one thing we're going to need to do is sort of identify the document type to the website. Now, each browser needs to know what exactly this document type is. I mean, I've just put HTML, but it's very vague, and a lot of things won't work if I just put HTML. So you need a doc type, and the one we're going to be using is this one. And now this code's going to be in the information box below, and probably in the download that I'm going to upload to my server, so you can download that, and that will contain not really code, but all the graphics of the template. Now, I said we was going to use a template, and I couldn't be bothered to make one, so we're going to use a website that I designed for my dad and never got used, sort of thing. And this is what it looked like in Photoshop. As you can see, it's pretty basic. Let me just... It's pretty basic. If I can view screen mode. Oh, screen mode. Right, that's what the website will look like, that sort of thing, okay? Which, it looks alright. I mean, you might, when you see this first, it looks pretty shitty, but if you've watched the other video, I'll show you that now. What it will actually look like when it's finished is something different. It looks quite rammed with information. This is a bit of JavaScript, easy to do. Looks pretty good. Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing. Close all that. So once you've put your doc type in, we're going to make all our div tags that will be for the website. Now, I may get some of this wrong, so you have to bear with me. But what you've got to basically do to identify or create your div tags is you've got to know what's going where. Okay? So I'm obviously going to have a div tag up here, if I can highlight that. Oh shit. One will be here, sort of thing, and then there'll be loads inside, like one here, one here, one here. You get that? And then one for each of these. And then I'll show you how that works out in a second. Okay? Alright. Another thing I like to do, which is it's the best thing to do really when you're creating a website, is to insert comments. So that when you refer to it or someone else tries to refer to it and edit it, they can sort of see what's going on. Now, we don't have much reason for comments at the moment, but I could show you an example here. But yeah, I type in CMT on my text expander and it will give me a comment, but you'll need to type out this code, which I'll zoom in on it in a minute. I'm going to just write main div tag. Can you see that? So this is what it basically means is when someone's referring to it, they can see everything, and later on you'll create comments to say which bit's the JavaScript, which bit's referring to images and stuff like that. It makes the code seem a lot simpler to someone who doesn't understand, if you know what I mean. Okay, now we're creating I'm going to insert all the div tags that I need. The first one's going to be header. As you can see, wrapper, header, then logo, then sub logos, and inside the sub logos, as you can see, we refer back to the template. I've got 3 sub logos, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can see them, yeah? So we can call one logo 1, and underneath logo 1, remember to indent, makes it look a lot cleaner. Logo 2, logo 3. Okay, I would keep saving throughout this just to make it, you know, safe. Right, now under that I've got the navigation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now because these 6 are basically the same thing, just with different text, we can use something called a div class instead of a div ID, which basically means you can refer to it more than once. Like, I'll show you now actually, because it'll make it a lot simpler. Div, we can type in class button. First button is home. Let me see. She should be indented. Actually, can I just do something? I'm gonna create a div tag for all of the navigation. It's gonna have its own div tag, so it's all gonna be inside one box. Understand? I'll zoom in on this a bit. So our first one, second one, third one, fourth one. There's only pages you're going to have actually. I'm going to write page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Okay, so you see how this is working? We got our navigation, and then inside the navigation we've got our 5 buttons to our pages. Pretty simple. What we've just created is basically all the boxes for this. Okay? And obviously because this is a class we can refer to it more than once, so I only need to create out one rule in here, one for button, and then it will refer to all of them. So it's just, you know, like a shortcut. Our next one is going to be not our header, it's going to be our main. Inside our main, so this is the main content, yeah? Let's see what we're doing for time, 7 minutes. Inside our main content we're going to have the first thing, which is actually it's going to be a slideshow. And then we'll use this later. And underneath the slideshow we're going to have JavaScript. No, actually we're going to have the left bar, which is going to be something here. Okay? Actually I need some content there, don't I? I'll create this one first. Next. You get that? So we've got 3 boxes so far inside. I know it gets a bit confusing. Where am I? So inside this bit, so far we have 3 boxes. No wait. Inside that bit we've got 3 boxes. Okay? Underneath the left bar we can have a right bar. I'm actually going to rearrange this. Left bar comes first. You know, this will make more sense when we're writing out the CSS. It really will. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't really know what's going on here, he's typing out loads of shit, he's not been explaining what he's doing, it'll come more clear in the next video when we actually make something out of these boxes. Okay, right now we're just creating empty boxes, and you've just got to trust me on this one. Eventually you'll like understand when you've got your own template what boxes you need to go where and that sort of thing. So I'm just going to carry this on and show you after. Okay, all I've done is move the footer above so it's underneath the right bar. Okay, and then I've just entered some text into each of the div tags just so we can identify them, and I'm going to show you what it looks like now. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. I'll make that in Safari if it loads. And here we go, this is our website so far. As you can see, eventually it will become something, but right now we're just sorting out the boxes for everything. Okay, in the next video I'll be showing you how to actually create something out of the boxes. We'll be attaching images to the boxes and it'll make it look like more of a website. Okay.